I'm Chloe.
I'm sitting here, looking at the text on my phone that says Chase was officially let go. 3 weeks ago, he made a scene outside my apartment, and now, finally, this chapter of my life is closing. It's a strange feeling, not anger or satisfaction, just a deep sense of relief. I remember that fateful birthday party, like it was yesterday. I walked into Chase's house, the warm lights and the smell of grilled meat and apple pie filling the air. Everyone was there for his 31st birthday. His mother, Mrs. Harper, greeted me with a warm hug, still thinking I was the perfect girlfriend. Chase stood in the center of the crowd, looking confident in his white shirt and navy blazer. But when he saw me, he froze for a moment, quickly regaining his composure. He whispered for me not to make a scene, but little did he know, I was about to expose his lies. Then the doorbell rang. It was Kevin, Chase's former coworker. I stepped forward and raised my voice, asking if there was really big news to share. The room fell silent as Kevin began to reveal the truth. He pulled out a stamped employment verification letter, stating that Chase was just an assistant project coordinator, not a director or team lead. He had never led any major campaigns, and he was in his final probationary period for inflating accomplishments. I held up a printed photo of the office picture, where Chase had photoshopped his face over his boss's. I also showed dozens of messages full of contradictions and lies. The room was filled with shock and disbelief. Chase tried to defend himself, but there was nothing he could say. His father, Mr. Harper, finally spoke, saying they needed to have a conversation. His mother, Mrs. Harper, looked at me with glistening eyes. And as for me, I felt a sense of calm, like the truth had finally come out. After the party, I helped Mrs. Harper with the dishes. She thanked me for not staying silent, and I thanked her for being willing to see the truth. But the story doesn't end there. The next morning, I had 13 missed calls. 1 from Mrs. Harper, 1 from Ethan, Chase's cousin, 2 from Kevin, and 5 from Chase. I listened to the voicemails. Mrs. Harper was worried about me, and Kevin warned me that Chase had posted my home address online. I immediately called the building management and took all the necessary precautions. Later that day, Mrs. Harper and Ethan showed up at my door with cinnamon rolls. They told me that Chase had come to my place after the party, causing a scene downstairs. Ethan also revealed that Chase had done something similar in college, making up stories and printing fake business cards. It was then that I realized the true extent of Chase's lies. He had been living a fake life, and I had been a part of it. But I was no longer the same person. I had moved on. Looking back, I remember how it all started. I met Chase at a small gathering at a mutual friend's house. He worked in digital media and seemed so smart and ambitious. At first, our relationship was sweet. He would take me to coffee spots outside the city and hold me when I was tired. But then, things started to change. He began making casual remarks that were actually hurtful. He never invited me to his work events, saying the environment wasn't right for me. And then one Friday, he invited me to dinner with his agency group. I was so excited. I dressed up the way he liked, hoping to be accepted. But when I arrived at the restaurant, he treated me like a stranger. He made fun of my dress and my job, and in front of his friends, he broke up with me and left me with a bill. That night, I was heartbroken. I called my best friend, Lily, who had known Chase in college. She told me that he had always exaggerated about his work. I decided to dig deeper and found out that everything he had told me was a lie. When he invited me to his birthday party, I knew it was my chance to expose him. With Lily's help, I gathered all the evidence and planned to reveal the truth. Now, as I sit here, I'm grateful for this experience. It has taught me to stay true to myself and not to let others define my worth. I've moved on from that toxic relationship and have started a new chapter in my life. I've made new friends like Kayla, Chase's cousin, and Kevin. I've also returned to my job at the bookstore and started taking writing classes. I know that everyone deserves a chance to change, and I hope Chase will find his way. But for me, I'm focused on my own growth and happiness. I'm no longer the girl who is afraid to stand up for herself. I'm Chloe, and I'm ready to embrace the future.